Limitations of mobile devices. Mobile devices are limited in various ways such as quality and security of service, energy constraints in devices, hardware limitations. Quality and security of service. Technical restrictions and practical considerations make it difficult for service providers and device manufacturers to ensure that the mobile device operations run uninterrupted. Maintaining quality of service along with the provisioning of seamless access to all users. Some of the limitations with respect to quality and security are as follows. Accessibility. Smart labels on packages have limited access because their transmitted signals are low in power. These labels can only be read within short ranges. RFID access is limited to ranges within line of sight. Range. Signal strength is inversely proportional to the square of the distance from the transmission source. There is also degradation of signal quality due to reflection, scattering, and diffraction. Access to a mobile device is limited to the range up to which the signal strength is such that it can be separated from the noise. Security. Unsolicited advertisements and unwanted messages. Virus attacks. Hackers render it functionless or threaten integrity and security of the data stored on the device. Noise signals transmitted by an attacker can jam a mobile device. Repeated transmission of unwanted signals by an attacker can drain the resources of the device. Energy resources depleted fast when computations are forced and authentication algorithms are run repeatedly. Connectivity. Connectivity loss or intermittent connectivity in certain situations. The atmospheric condition and changes in environment affect signal strength. In the event of heavy rain, there may be complete loss of connectivity. Mobility. Non-availability of an access point or base station. Infrastructural issues. No base stations or Wi-Fi hotspots providing connectivity and access to the internet to sensors, labels, automotive systems, RFID tags, and cell phones. Use of different standards in different regions limits the operability. A GSM phone may not be operable in all the continents, hence hampering global roaming for the user. Some service providers may not be able to provide connectivity in all parts of the country or in other continents, etc. Energy constraints in devices. All mobile devices have limited energy stored in battery. Battery size and power limited due to considerations such as size, weight, and bulk of mobile devices. The devices need to be recharged after short periods of time. In this way, energy availability also limits device mobility. Some devices such as smart cards, smart labels, remote sensors, and actuators do not even have a battery of their own. They derive their energy from the radiation received from a wireless source in vicinity. Such devices, therefore, require these sources to operate. Energy constraints in devices, mobile computing strategy. Processor circuit dissipates higher energy when its clock frequency higher. Computational speed higher at higher clock frequency. A device is therefore programmed so that only computations such as graphic image processing run at full processor speed. The clock frequency reduced for the other computations to save power. The clock is activated only when a device interrupts or starts processing instructions. Many innovative mobile computing strategies adopted to mitigate the effects of energy constraints on mobile computing. Use Zigbee protocol, a lesser stack size as compared to Bluetooth, so less energy dissipation due to lesser computational requirements. When a host or hotspot seeks certain data from a device frequently, program adapts itself so that the frequently required data is calculated and stored in a buffer from where it can be sent at slow clock frequencies on demand from the host. A program can also just transmit any changes in the data with respect to previous data. Communication scheduling strategies are adopted. Frequently required data transmitted as per a schedule. This saves the host energy which would otherwise be required for sending commands and also saves the device's energy that would be dissipated in processing the commands. Processor design. Innovative circuits of mobile device processors have been designed and are continuously improved upon so that the same program instructions process with lesser energy dissipation per unit computational speed. Examples of energy-efficient processors ARM and Tiger Shark. Transceiver design and programming strategy. Design such that the signals of just sufficient strength transmitted to the receiver. Just sufficient strength means that the signal strength is low but clearly distinguishes noise and maintains message integrity. Control commands from the host are sent at lower signal frequencies. Once the device is ready and gets powered up, the transceiver transmits the data for operation. Multi-hop routing reduces the distance up to which the signal is required to travel. Hardware limitations. Besides energy limitations due to battery size, all mobile devices face various other hardware constraints too. Memory. Constraints on memory. Most mobile devices do not support hard disk drives and CD drives due to size limitations. Innovative forms of memory designed and are continuously improved upon. Internal flash drives and the card slots for external memory are used. Memory stick used to enhance the memory in the device. Bandwidth. Availability of bandwidth is limited by the frequency spectrum that a regulator allots to a service provider. A regulator regulates the frequency and signal strengths permitted. A service provider is not permitted to air signals at any random frequency and signal strength. The service must use the frequency spectrum allotted to it in an efficient manner. Multiplexing and coding techniques help in achieving efficient transmission. The technology in use also limits the spectrum efficiency. For example, CDMA has higher spectrum efficiency as compared to GSM. Limited bandwidth may become an obstacle to seamless connectivity and quality of signals aired when a large number of mobile devices simultaneously demand network connectivity. When multiple users try to use the network simultaneously, for example, on events like New Year's Eve, networks are jammed or unable to offer connectivity due to bandwidth constraints.